Yesterday, we talked about how the summer could be major for crypto prices, and today we're going to be focusing a lot more on the charts and looking at some buy signals that are coming in, these bullish signals that we have not seen in quite some time. Will they play out? Is it time to start loading up once again on cryptocurrencies, or are these all fake outs and our prices going much, much lower? Do not go anywhere. You want to watch the show all the way to the end, and if you enjoy it, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe. All right, let's go. Welcome, everybody, to the Investing Bros live show. It's 3 p.m. We got a good one lined up for you guys again today. Got some news, but a lot of charts. We're going to cover a lot of altcoins today, a lot of things that are looking very, very good on those charts. You guys will have to tell us, do you lean bullish now after everything coming out? Are you still skeptical? Let us know down below. Also, I asked in chat about Mantra. Are you a buyer of Mantra at these levels? Do you still not trust your? Do you have no idea what we're talking about when we're talking about Mantra? We might get into a little bit more on that today. But first, you guys did not tell me it was khaki shirt day. I got the hat memo. We're matching with the hats. Why did you guys not tell me about khaki shirt day?
Well, Tim, I'll do you one better. We also didn't tell you about super magnifying glasses day.
Uh-oh. Does T-shirt have a super magnifying glasses day?
That it is today as well.
Oh, my gosh.
This is for looking very closely at things that you're painting. Okay. And it also helps us to look really close to the markets and figure out where we should buy and sell.
There we go.
That's right.
I'll have to pick some of those up.
I also can't see my screen, so I'm going to take these off.
There we go. T-shirt, how you doing today, my friend?
Tim, I'm doing better than I deserve. Had a nice little lunch, had a little steak. Steak, and I cooked it medium well.
All right. Tell us in chat how you like your steaks. This is something that we go back and forth on. Pretty much T-shirt likes beef jerky when he makes his steak. He likes it well done. He probably thought it was too raw, doing medium. If you don't like steak rare or at least medium rare, why even order the steak? That's my hot take of the day. Smay, how do you like your steak?
Medium rare. Rare is a little,
All right. As long as you stay at medium rare,
I would do medium rare.
We're good.
I mean, I would do rare. Medium well is a crime against steak.
I like it cooked all the way through. And the haters, all right. I know the haters are going to come for me, but I do like a medium well steak.
I think you just hate yourself, and that's what we need to talk about.
All right, guys, let's get into the details. What's happening today on the charts really quickly? Let's go through. It's been a boring start to the week, right? So yesterday, after popping back up here, this is the S&P 500. We went all the way back up to 54.56. It's now staying nice and boring. Nothing special happening over the last couple of days. We're not far off on the Bitcoin front as well. As I go to the daily chart here with Bitcoin, we are now camping out. Remember yesterday we talked about this resistance. We did poke up today, getting back above $86,000 for the first time since back here on April 2nd, but we did reject. If you guys watched our morning live trading show, you are not that surprised. We talked about a pullback coming over the rest of the day. What's going to be very important, we're going to cover the rest of the show, is what about those longer time frames? What happens the rest of this week, over the next couple of weeks? We get into some bullish signals. Will they sustain? Will they hold? Or will they end up having a fake out? But again, Bitcoin here really, after popping up on Friday, having a nice rally, Saturday, Sunday, now Monday and Tuesday so far, sticking around kind of boring. But you know what that means when prices are boring? It means something big is about to happen. The question is it to the upside or is it to the downside? Stick around. We're going to look at a lot of charts here later on. We're going to look at a lot of altcoins, a lot of your favorite altcoins, and let you know what's happening on those charts and potential levels that we could see some price action we could see happening in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. You don't want to miss that part of it. Before we get there, as always, again, smash that like button. Today's episode is brought to you by Bitcoin IRA. Bitcoin IRA is a new partner of the channel. If you're serious about retirement, and let's be fair, everyone should be serious about retirement. You're neither too old nor too young to not be thinking about retirement. best way to do it, get cryptocurrency in a place where you can, just like a Roth IRA, invest it and take it out tax-free. That's really clear right now. Tax-free. Today is the last day of taxes. Hopefully you guys are doing that with Decrypted.tax. But we will always help you guys find ways to pay Uncle Sam as little money as possible, but still be legal. Bitcoin IRA is one of the best places to do that. They make it very simple, very easy, amazing customer service. The #1 crypto Roth IRA platform out there. Go check out Bitcoin IRA with the link down below. It's now time to jump into the stories. T-Shroom, not a lot of them. Not a whole lot of stories today, but still some important details that you guys need to be aware of. For more on that, T-Shroom's going to cover it. What do you got for us today, Shroomy? You are muted, my friend.
You know, you don't want to be muted, but sometimes that's the wrench that life throws at you. China says the United States is extremely shameless. Tariff war will backfire soon. Let me know. Do you guys think that China's just bluffing here with this one? And then China says it will only engage in trade talks with the U.S. if its leaders show respect to Beijing. So a whole lot of nothing. But we did get a little bit of something here from Honda. Honda to increase manufacturing in the United States, shifting production from Canada to Mexico. This has not been confirmed yet. We should say this is just been some talks from the Honda officials from the headquarters there. So that's a little bit of speculation, but this could be a move in the right direction. Overall, Tim, the tariff wars are a little bit quiet, but we did get an update from the White House today from Caroline Lovett. Smay, go ahead and roll that clip.
Has made his position on China quite clear, although I do have an additional statement that he just shared with me in the Oval Office. The ball is in China's court. China needs to make a deal with us. We don't have to make a deal with them. There's no difference between China and any other country except they are much larger. And China wants what we have, what every country wants, what we have, the American consumer. Or to put it another way, they need our money. So the president, again, has made it quite clear that he's open to a deal with China, but China needs to make a deal with the United States of America.
There you go. Yeah. So it's a whole lot of nothing, pretty much crickets. Honda, kind of some rumors around Honda coming back to the U.S. or shoring some manufacturing domestically. But it's really a lot of kind of whispering back and forth from China and the United States.
Yeah, and that back and forth continues. We talked about that pretty heavily yesterday. We're going to keep you guys updated on it daily. What are the new details coming out? Levitt coming out here telling us they believe, at least where they're standing, that China needs this deal more than the United States. So you kind of see China over here saying, we're only taking this seriously if the United States takes it seriously. We'll wait out for you guys. Americans are doing the exact same thing, saying you need this more than we do. Now, what makes this very interesting is, I don't know, T-Shirt, if you already covered the details of this, but the rare minerals that China is now going to be withholding from the United States, does America have that somewhere else? I mean, I am not the most technologically genius person out there, right? I'm a trader. I like trading. I like sports. I'm not one of the guys who could crack open my computer and really understand what makes it turn on every single day, right? That's not my purview. What I understand is that all these minerals, these rare earth minerals, they are what make all of these great technological advances tick. A lot of that does come from China. Now, China turning the tap off, does America have another place to go and get these goods and services? Do we have somewhere here in the United States we can produce them? Are these the same? I mean, I don't know. Are these the same minerals we're talking about negotiating with Ukraine for? Long story short, both sides believe that they hold all the leverage. At some point, though, as we talked about the other day, I do think one of them cracks. Which side is it going to be? Who negotiates? Who compromises? Will it be China? Will it be the United States? You guys let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. But we got some big news on the stock front. Again, yesterday we announced that Nvidia was coming back with over $500 billion of investments in the United States. Well, they're in the news once again today as the White House is talking about them. T-Shirt, what's going on with Nvidia today?
Absolutely. President of the United States says all necessary permits will be expedited and quickly delivered to Nvidia. This comes after they announced a gigantic amount of money that's going to be invested to produce their chips in the United States. So this is a pretty big deal and a big part of the unlock that does need to occur in order for the golden age of America, as the current administration puts it, to be realized. Permits, deregulation, it all has to happen alongside the tariff strategy and other strategies.
Very, very cool. Again, building those companies here in the United States is going to be massive. People in chat are commenting, maybe this is part of why he wants Greenland. Are those minerals in Greenland? Other people are saying Argentina, Venezuela. Again, I got no idea. These minerals are not falling under the purview of my expertise whatsoever. T-Shroom or Crux in chat, if you want to fact check some things, where are other countries that we could potentially supply some of these minerals from? Do you know the answer off the top of your head, T-Shroom?
From my understanding, China does have a very large concentration of the rare earth minerals that will be required for a lot of different things. So that's as far as I know. But they're discovering new deposits of rare earth minerals all over the world all the time. One thing can be sure is that they're going to become more and more valuable. The ones that are outside of the U.S. mining extractors, mining companies that operate to extract things like lithium and other rare earth minerals, they're going to be much more valuable. What they can produce and sell to the United States and other countries that won't be able to trade with China are very big. But it's this is not something to get too hung up on. This is what China is trying to highlight at this moment. But will it end up being enough to kind of put the pressure on the United States to make a compromise? I don't know that the rare earths is really going to be the big thing. And I would have to imagine that the current administration was accounting for that and whether or not it's going to actually be a national security threat for the manufacturing of weapons and arms and things that would be going on that need those rare earth minerals.
Well, there we go. We'll cover more of that as we get more details. Again, chat seems to have all the answers. Now we're seeing Chile and Sweden have these minerals. Maybe they're coming up all over the place. Is China bluffing? Do they act like they're the only ones with the golden sauce? Maybe that golden sauce exists lots of other places. If that is true, point America, right? Point holds all the cards. I saw a meme earlier today, Shroom. It was a picture of Trump and Xi Jinping, and it was Trump saying, "I hold all the cards," and Xi Jinping saying, "Those cards were made in China." Who holds the cards? That's the real question here. Who is in control? I think the United States is, but we'll have to wait and see. One more piece of news before we get into the charts. I know a lot of you guys are excited about hearing about those buy signals, but we got one more very interesting piece of news. We've heard rumblings and desires for quite some time. You know how cool it would be if Congress and members of Congress could not trade with the insider knowledge that they have, seeing as that they're the ones that vote on and pass policies with restrictions and freedoms to companies for them to be able to trade. It seems just a little bit unfair. Well, it seems like the White House is agreeing with us. T-Shroom, what's going on with talks about maybe banning Congress from trading?
Yeah, absolutely. Another important piece of information divulged in Caroline Leavitt's latest press briefing: the President of the United States considering a ban on members of Congress trading stocks. There he is at the New York Stock Exchange after winning Times Person of the Year in 2024. Yeah. But I mean, this is not a good day to be Nancy Pelosi and Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul Pelosi, I believe is what his name is, because they're great. They're great stock pickers. They're some of the best investors ever to walk on the planet. So, I don't know if this is going to make the President of the United States more popular or less popular in Washington. I would have to imagine that there's some serious reasons why that he wouldn't want to actually champion this type of a movement. But obviously, it would be a move that most of the population and likely his base would support.
Yeah, very interesting process there. Wrong again here in chat. One of our members over in chat, he said, "Let Congress trade, get rid of accredited investors." That'd be an interesting concept as well. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that it is humorous. And again, I know that we're kind of exposing right now and trying to figure out really where all this money is coming from. It is curious how these members of Congress, these public servants, and I'm not talking about Democrats. I'm talking about everybody. It is very confusing watching these public servants who on average have salaries somewhere in the world of $200,000, and yet most of them are worth tens of millions of dollars. How much corruption plays in there? How much of this insider trading? Are they the most brilliant traders in the world? Why are they serving as congressmen if they're this good at trading the markets? It is a little bit unfair. I'm interested to see how this one plays out. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Should Congress be allowed to trade the markets with all of their inside information? What are your thoughts there? With that said, though, let's get into what's actually happening in the markets here today. And today we're going to kind of give the stock market a little bit of a rest. We might take a look at Nvidia here later, but let's just go ahead and go right on into Bitcoin. I saw in chat people are saying Bitcoin is crashing. Well, let's not call it crashing. Bitcoin is pulling back down towards $84,000. Once again, if you were with us live this morning, we were live trading even before the shoot all the way up to 86,000. I let everybody know, hey guys, do not be surprised at all if at the bare minimum Bitcoin pulls back here. And I think we talked about this 83.3, and then on the 4-hour chart, the smart trail, I said it would not be ridiculous whatsoever, even if Bitcoin were to pull back down closer towards $82,000. You guys know we're kind of sitting here wrestling with some resistance right now. We did come up here and hit the daily smart trail. The good news, however, even though we had a daily buy signal, that is one of the reasons why we hit this smart trail, we got some buy signals coming in here a little bit later. You want to be ready for this. This morning, we did short Solana, and we prepared ourselves for several swing trade opportunities. This trade, listen, if you guys got in with me this morning, if you're in the VIP trading group, you cannot get much better. You guys know, if you trade with me, I don't like the word perfect. I like the word good. Sometimes we get darn near close to a perfect entry. Look at this spot right here at how we got entered this morning. We put our buying signals up here. We actually waited for it. We triggered just right. Let me move that right there. Right there, 134.27. We got in there perfectly. And since then, we were probably in loss for about a grand total of 20 seconds. Since then, we have come back down. I probably actually need to lower my stop loss even more here on Solana as we are trending the downside. I'm probably going to come down here towards 131.74. So if you're in that trade with me, let's go move that 131.74 mark right now. 131.74. All right, guess what? We have just locked in. No matter what happens with Solana, we're going to win money on this trade. Right? That's why you guys need to be live trading with the VIP trading group with it. We have less this week. We'll have live trading Thursday and Friday as well. Starting next week, Monday mornings only here live on YouTube. To get more of it, you do need to come join the VIP trading group. Long story short, though, sorry for the little segue into some trading talk right there. We're going to make some money while we're making the show as well. We told you guys there was going to be some form of a shorter term pullback, right? When you look at the 1-hour chart, we're talking about what can happen in the next, 12 hours. When you look at the 4-hour chart, you're saying what can happen over the next 2 to 4 days. Well, on the 4-hour chart, we did get sell signals here yesterday, late yesterday. You can see here, boom, red reversal, bearish momentum, negative money flow. In fact, it's actually kind of coming in right now. So don't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, if Bitcoin does make its way after shooting up to $86,000 today. Don't be surprised to see it come back down closer towards $82,000. I think at very minimum, again, on that 1-hour chart, we're probably looking here and saying 83 is back on the table. But again, I think that 82, potentially even back as low as 81.5, absolutely on the menu. Here's, though, where it gets good, because it sounds like at this point, now all of a sudden, Tim's turning bearish on us. We're pulling back. No. This is just what happens when you hit long-term reversal signals. You get some short-term rejection, the things come back down the downside, then you take off back up. Why are we talking about this? Well, first of all, we talked about already, daily buy signal coming in. Very clear bullish divergence here on the daily chart. We actually talked about this yesterday. Very clear positive money flow, very clear positive momentum. Told you, don't be surprised if Bitcoin makes its way up towards $86,000. Guess what? This is why Luxago is just so beautiful. It kissed it right on the mouth. That's right. Go find your significant loved one or a child that belongs to you. Don't kiss a random child. Kiss them right on the mouth, just like Bitcoin kissed that smart chart right there. That's not where it ends, though. There are buy signals coming in on Bitcoin a lot higher. You just gotta be patient. Let's go through how high do the buy signals start trickling in here for Bitcoin. Here's the 2 daily chart right here. We have that bullish divergence. Now, with this pullback we're having, the money flow is deciding if it wants to go bullish or not, but we have the reversals. We have the bullish momentum. That money flow keeps going back and forth on whether it wants to be positive. If that ends up happening, we could see a move back up here towards 89. As you trickle up, we got to have the 5 daily chart giving us some buy signals here as well. We can go ahead and get rid of this. We have ourselves that bullish divergence from a long time ago. Let's go back all the way here. You can really come back here to September 2024. Right here. Boom. Lower high put in here on the 5 daily chart. At the same time, though, you look at the price action. Clearly, we put in a much higher low here. That is our reversal indicator. You mix that with bullish momentum, with positive money flow. There's a 5 daily chart, 5 daily buying chart that is saying, hey guys, 93 to potentially as high as 96 is on the table. But what about that weekly chart? And this is where, again, as we've been dropping here while we were live, you're going to see this the rest of the week go back and forth. But what we noticed this morning, and it's still here, we have a good looking RSI level right here. Very clean bullish divergence on the RSI. Very clean bullish divergence on the MACD. With the Lux Algo Oscillator, let's get rid of this line for a second. We clearly have the bullish divergence. Yes, we had bearish divergence that came in here back in December. It would have been a great time to sell. Hindsight's 2020. Don't fret about the past. Look forward to the future. Right now, the weekly chart, after we've seen it have a bullish divergence now for quite some time, we're getting that green reversal. We're getting the bullish momentum. And there you have it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Even with this pullback we've seen over the last couple of hours, we are back to trending upwards in money flow. Now, before we get too excited, before we get crazy, of course, we talked about yesterday some massive news that could bring a lot of bullish sentiment over the summer to the space. Let's get to the end of this week, right? This week is very important. Let's get a candle close with these dots, right? If I zoom back in here, all of these dots, this green dot, this reversal dot, and this positive money flow, it's all corresponding to this weekly candle right here that at the moment has a very long time before it closes. This will not close until 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. Sunday night, okay? Eastern Standard Time. Let's finish out this week. Do we have a little bit of pullback coming? Absolutely. I think we do. Are we going to pull back toward 83, maybe 82? Yes. But if we can bounce back up later on this week, if we can make our way back up and sustain these weekly buy signals, we have not seen these buy signals since way back here in September of 2024. Guess what happened in September 2024? That was when we bottomed out from the long, boring, sideways market back in the summer of 2024, and we took off to new highs, of course, getting over 100,000 over the next couple of months. That's exactly what we're looking at here on Bitcoin as well. But I do want to prepare you. And I've said this now a couple times. I think I said it yesterday, said it this morning. Remember, I have this rule. You don't have to adopt my rule. Maybe you want to change it up, but this rule's worked out very well for me over the last couple of years of trading. Whenever you're looking at a time frame and you're wondering how long should I be patient to see if these buy and sell signals that I process are accurate or not, I have found the rule of 12 to 24. That's a pretty wide range, so maybe you just want to stick to 12. But 12 to 24 candles is all you need to see. Is what you're looking for to know how long you should be waiting for price action to fulfill its buy or sell signal. So with a buy signal potentially launching at the end of this week on the weekly candle, how long would it be if 12 candles close, everybody? It's your math equation of the day. I'll go ahead and answer it for you. 3 months. What's 3 months from now? Roughly the end of June, July area. Right there, I guess mid-July. Don't act like what I'm about to tell you, the price action I'm about to tell you, don't act like we should be expecting this by next week or next month. Could it happen by next month? Sure. Bitcoin's had some moments of very explosive growth. If you go back to September and then into November of 2024, Bitcoin grew very, very fast. But I just want to make sure we're settling correct expectations. Just because you have a buy signal does not mean you're going to get these returns immediately. However, if you're willing to be patient over the next 3 months, what we call a longer-term swing trade, you could see a much higher level come into play. What we're looking at here, with us being on top of the weekly smart trail, you could do a couple things here. You could look at the 5-day smart trail and say, all right, low end, I want to look at 96K. The reality is when you're on top of a smart trail, what you start to look for is there a major order block above us from the price action concepts? There is not. Where is the red reversal cloud? That's going to be my next target. If we're on top of a bullish smart trail, the target to the upside is coming in at $108,000. Yes, that's right. Back towards all-time highs. Am I predicting this by next week? No, I'm not. I'm saying let's wait till the end of this week. Let's confirm this buy signal, and then let's be patient for 3 months. We could be seeing by mid to late summer new all-time highs. We saw it with the news, some major bullish headlines coming in the news, and now these longer-term buy signals starting to flash and give us this great position. Says that this summer, it's kind of confirming, it's all stacking up together. This summer could be extremely bullish for Bitcoin. But what about the rest of the altcoin space? Different show today. We don't really have a lot of other headlines to get into, but I wanted to camp out and kind of look at some altcoins with you guys and give you some potential. I think that's the key word here, potential. I'm not going to make any crazy predictions here. I'm not going to tell you guys that this is a lock, it's a guarantee, but I am saying we're seeing some long-term buy signals that we have not seen in months. And the last time we saw them, they were major wins. If you had bought when you saw these signals before, you would have made a whole lot of money. Let's just go down through a couple of the top coins that you guys mostly hold. Let's start off with Ethereum. Ethereum is a coin that we are watching here. Let's start off on the weekly chart. We're not quite at buy signals here on the weekly chart just yet. We're close, actually. Let me misspeak here. We got multiple green reversals coming in here. We also, technically on the weekly chart, have positive money flow. What we do not have, but we have all week to catch up and get it, is a green momentum dot. Now, what we do have, if you look at other indicators, the MACD is starting to slow down. Those light pink histograms right there, that's a signal that the MACD is no longer falling. It's actually turning and looking like it wants to go back to the upside. The RSI looks like it's bottoming out. So nothing confirmed here, but the weekly chart for Ethereum is coming. It's probably, if we get some bullish action, days away from flashing buy signal, in which case we're talking about a price prediction for Ethereum back up above $3,000, $3,100. But let's get to what's the highest time frame that we're seeing potentially confirmed buy signals from Ethereum. Let's come down here towards the 5 daily chart where we're getting very close. We have the reversals, we have the green momentum, we just don't have the money flow just yet. How about the 3 daily chart here for Ethereum? Very close here as well. Bullish divergence, green, those are the reversals, bullish momentum. A bullish bubble forming here on Ethereum. Not quite there just yet. So let's keep trickling down. Let's go to the 2 daily chart. There we go. Our highest buy order right now on Ethereum coming in reversals, bullish divergence, bullish momentum, and there's your positive money flow. That is confirmed positive money flow, by the way, as well. This 2 daily chart for Ethereum, while it could turn into a longer one, right now you've got to be feeling decent about a move back up towards $2,000, right? We did drop all the way to $1,400. I know $2,000, you go back a couple of months ago, also is a depressing price action. But you got to take what the charts are giving you at the moment. Ethereum, while we are probably going to see a pullback over the next couple of days, we could be on our way with the 2 daily chart. We're talking about roughly, probably about a month, just under a month to 2 months of waiting for that price action. But who knows? Probably, May, June, we could be seeing $2,000 on Ethereum again. If that happens, guys, because of how close we are on this 5-day chart and weekly chart, because those bubbles are close to popping, I could just about guarantee you, if we start pumping, these will take their ways to the upside as well. Weekly chart, again, on the verge of a buy signal with targets all the way back up here, back above $3,000. You just have to wait till July before those prices reach their peaks. Let's go through XRP here. XRP holding some strong support here in a bullish formation. Whether you want to call this a falling wedge or you want to back out and call this a bull pennant, XRP has held up very nicely. It's defended off this weekly smart trail. Once again, if we do have a weekly buy signal, which we're getting close to, I think it has a little more work on XRP to do than the others. We have green reversal. We're close to a green momentum. We need to see some more upside here. Actually, money flow is flowing positively, so let's get that green dot. All of a sudden, XRP starting to look back up here towards $2.88, $3 as your target to the upside for XRP. Either way, still a lot of room there to the upside. And then you start to ask that question, if XRP breaks through this resistance, could it just go ahead and have a field day takeoff and go a lot higher? I want to make sure before I continue here and keep going, I'm not telling you the ceilings for these price actions, right? Bitcoin by July could go a lot higher than 108. It doesn't even have to hit 108. I'm telling you based off buy signals and targets on things that I've used that have made me successful in the trading game, I understand these are levels of resistance that are very interesting targets that could take all the way to July to happen. I've also seen several times where my target gets blasted through and assets go way higher. So don't cap it and say, well, Tim's saying Bitcoin can only go back to 108 by July. Bitcoin could go a lot higher. But I'm saying, as far as expectation is concerned, I'm waiting for confirmation. When I get that confirmation, my expectation simply becomes $108,000, $3,000 for Ethereum. Here on XRP, somewhere in the world of $3. That's my expectation. I will take profit on a swing trade and regroup if I see something else on the charts that tells me I should hold on or go into another trade. But I want to make sure I'm saying this right before people are saying, Tim said Bitcoin could only, XRP could only, Ethereum could only. That's not what I'm saying. Just showing you the charts, showing you the bullish signals. I'm showing you the bullish targets. You got to continue to decide, where do I want to take profit? Do I want to wait that long? Do I want to wait longer? That's completely up to you. I encourage you, have your long-term hodl bag. Also have the trading bag. I'm talking trading bag here at the moment with everybody. Let's keep going on with some other coins that you guys love here. And Tease Room, I'm going to take a drink of water. Feel free to interrupt me with any thoughts you have. If you have anything you want to say about any of these coins, you see something interesting in chat, interrupt me, whatever you want.
Oh, I absolutely will, Tim. I will butt right on in and interrupt you.
There we go.
But right
Expect
now,
nothing less.
I've got a surprise for anybody who is a fan of the Investing Bros. We have just installed a new banner. Don't go to my screen, but we will reveal that towards the end of the show. So go ahead and stay a while with us. Stay plugged in right here, and we'll show you that banner that's coming to the YouTube channel here in just a few minutes.
There we go. All right, there's a reason to stick around here. Let's talk about Solana, right? We've covered Bitcoin, we covered Ethereum, we've covered XRP. Let's just keep going on the list of some of these favorite coins. Solana here recently has actually broken out of a falling wedge pattern over the last couple of days. This is majorly bullish. Again, we've talked about days ago the bullish buy signal on the daily chart, but how high do the bull signals continue here for Solana, right? Daily signal right here, it says Solana kind of reaching the level we're currently at. 140 is kind of the resistance right there. As far as the 2-daily chart is concerned, let's go back to the Luxago oscillator here. We actually are holding off on confirming this. This is actually moments away on the 2-daily buy signal. When I say moments, I mean maybe days here. We have the reversals. We have the bullish momentum. If you look at the other oscillators, the RSI putting in some bullish divergence, the MACD putting in bullish divergence, so many good reversal indicators. Technically speaking, we're waiting on the positive money flow. We have a massive bubble right here that when it pops will be explosive. That target coming in a little higher here towards 160, but let's keep going up. What about how high can we get here before we don't have buy signals? 3-daily chart is giving us a buy signal, green reversal, bullish momentum, positive money flow. 5-daily chart is giving us not quite a buy signal just yet. We have bullish divergence, but we need to see that money flow go positive to feel confident. What about our weekly chart here? Yeah, not seeing that either. We have the reversals and bullish momentum, and this money flow could turn around on us, but not having that buy signal just yet. What that means is, let's go back right now, the highest time frame with a confirmed buy signal. And again, as this goes up to the upside, it will change. But right now, you got to have your sights fixed here on Solana, somewhere back to the world of $180, our 3-daily smart trail. Again, we're not far away from a weekly buy signal. That weekly buy signal could send us back above $200. But for now, let's take what we got. We know we have a buy signal on the 3-daily chart, and they have targets way, 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 way up here at $180. Out of curiosity here on the 3-daily chart, because again, you don't get a lot of these signals. What happened the last time we got one of these signals? You have to go back here to September. Yeah. September 2024 was the last time. You're going to notice that a lot of these charts, we have not seen signals like this since September of 2024, just like the rest of the space. This was a major bottom signal right here for Solana. It was back here at 123. It would shoot all the way up to 261 by November. Great run there for Solana. That's your signal right there. Buy signals coming in. Could you get a move up here to 180? By the way, if you guys are wondering, Tim, should I buy right now or should I wait for a pullback? You told us the pullback could be happening on Bitcoin. I'm not going to go into detail on this video about where I'm buying, but there are trade setups for almost all these coins that I'm talking about right now. I have put all this in our VIP trading group, our trade setups channel, where you guys can go and look at where I'm buying, where I'm entering these long positions. They will be entering with you. I will make money with you. I'll lose money with you, but I show you where to put your entry. I'm showing you right now where to put your take profit. So that's your free that's your free advice right here. But I also show you over there, where should you put your stop loss to protect yourself in case these trades do not work out? Because you want to know something, guys? I'm showing you the technical analysis. You can go back to my face here, Smay, so people can see me. I'm showing you the technical analysis right now, right? I'm showing you the probabilities and the possibilities. Doesn't mean it's a guarantee. Doesn't mean it's a lock. So many times you can look through the charts, you can make everything work out perfect, and then something changes, some massive news story comes in, some major whale comes over and just ruins everything. So you always want to make sure you're protecting yourself and you're aware of the chance that you could be wrong. If I am wrong, this wouldn't be the first time I was wrong. But I have noticed with tracking these signals, I am right way more often than I'm wrong. So I'm going to continue to ride my wins, and my wins will outweigh my losses. If you want to learn more on how to do that, that trading group is a perfect place not only to get these trade signals, but also learn for yourself. How do you protect yourself? How do you make money in these trades? Go check out that VIP trading group. Again, we'll talk about that more a little bit later. But as a whole, yes, Solana making a move up there towards 180. Get ready. That could be, again, 3 daily chart. We're talking about a month and a half to 3 months is our time period we're looking for. Month and a half, 2 months, I think would be the better expectation. So late May, June. By the way, I saw it in chat earlier. People are saying sell in May and walk away. If you want to sell in May and walk away, go ahead. This is now going to be year number 3 of Tim preaching that just because something rhymes does not make it good financial advice. Okay? I'm not saying that May is a lock to be bullish. What I'm saying is just because the word May rhymes with walk away doesn't mean that that is what you should be doing in your investment portfolios. In fact, if you were to use that last summer, May was actually a bullish month. Okay? So I just want to throw that out there. Anyone who's throwing that well, sell in May, walk away, do analysis. Don't make financial advice off of rhyming. Do your analysis, follow the news, look at the charts, invest off of those. JP says sell in May and run away. Oh, no, that's a different way of saying it. Still shouldn't do it. All right, let's keep going on. Someone said Link TA. Guess what? Link TA was up next. What should we be holding out for Link here? Now, Link has not yet broke some major resistance. Link does need to get back above probably 1450 to break through some resistance there. But we got some major buy signals, just like everything else here on Link. Again, bullish divergence there on the daily chart. We have a very clean bullish buy signal right there on the daily chart that has not been hit. That could take us all the way up here towards $15. But how high does this go? Let's kind of zoom in here. There's our 2 daily buy signal. Absolutely. Green reversals, bullish momentum, positive money flow. I love that bubble is popping right there. That suggests that Chainlink really wants to make its way back up towards $17. Then we mentioned that a couple of weeks ago here as well. How high does this buy signal go, though? 3 daily chart. There you go. Green reversal, bullish momentum, positive money flow. That has targets up here. A little closer to $18. Let's go 5 daily chart. I don't think this one is quite there yet. Yeah, that's still negative money flow. However, we always want to be aware, is the weekly chart close? Got your, don't do that to me. All right, we got to change out here. We got to go to a different chart. This happens from time to time. I clicked some button accidentally. Let's go over here. All right. Boom. Link. Leave. Yes. All right. My apologies, everybody. Let's go to that 5 daily chart and the week. I think we're looking at the weekly chart. Weekly chart. Well, we do have what looks like good bullish divergence on the RSI. MACD that's slowing down. We have a strong reversal coming in here, and we're probably about to print some sort of a green dot on the weekly chart. Still have that negative money flow. You do want to see that before you have confirmation. So I think we got to go all the way back down. The 3 daily chart is really the highest buy signal right now on Chainlink. To look at those levels we're watching here, we're saying, all right, $17, $18. That's the expectation on 3 daily chart. Once again, though, if you start to make this move, if Chainlink does start to make these longer-term bullish moves, all of a sudden you're taking a look at that weekly chart. We probably are getting a buy signal. We all of a sudden have price predictions back up towards $25. Again, we're talking about July. 3 daily chart, we're talking about sometime mid-May, late May is when we could see an $17, $18 Chainlink. That is a good level to watch right now. Again, I bought some Chainlink back here about $11.67. I didn't quite get the bottom. Didn't come all the way back to 110. I had another buy signal in place for $9.67 if we had gotten there, or if we get there in the future, that buy signal is still in place. But what I'm seeing here more recently, I think that with Bitcoin going up, a lot of other altcoins going up, do not be surprised with the sentiment and the news that Chainlink has if it starts to go up here as well. Let's go through some of these a little more quickly. ONDO. ONDO, the big time frame we're looking at here. Let's just kind of look at our Lux Algo signals here. Buy signal there on the 3 daily. Buy signal on the 5 daily. How about the weekly? Does the weekly have a buy signal? Zoom in here full. Okay, there we go. This is where it gets hard. ONDO's not old enough to have money flow. It doesn't have enough candles to have money flow. But we have the green reversal. We have the bullish momentum. And even though money flow is not identical to the MACD, it's similar. And you do see a slow moving bullishness of the MACD. So you got to assume that we're close to getting what I would perceive as positive money flow. That would give us ONDO price predictions up here towards 165. But we'll go with the confirmed move here at 5 daily chart. ONDO probably here in the next 2 months and some2 months. Looks like it wants to make maybe a move back up here towards 136, 130. So big move up there for ONDO. I'll do 2 more. Cardano and Sui. Got to have Cardano and Sui. Very close to a 5-day buy signal here on Cardano. Was this one that had a weekly and not the 5 daily? All right, no buy signal on the 5 daily or the weekly, but I do think, there we go. We have one on the 3 day. We have bullish divergence, positive money flow, buying pressure. We're close to popping bubbles on that 5 day and weekly. Right now, what is Cardano saying? It's saying, hey, watch back for 84 cents. If we do start to make that move, do not be surprised to see the weekly chart go bullish as well. July back up towards $1 would be my expectation at this point. Last one, Sui, one of my other favorite layer 1 solutions. This one right here, green reversal, bullish momentum. Can we close the week out bullish? We do have positive money flow on the table right there as the highest buy signal for Sui. That would say by July, 460 back on the table. Guess what? I'm throwing these out there right now. I will update them. If anything changes in the news, if things change in the charts, I will update them. Am I buying it right now? No, because I already showed you guys. I think that potentially over the next day, maybe 2 days, we could see a smaller pullback with a lot of these coins. That being said, when I'm seeing these longer-term buy signals, historically, these buy signals have a ridiculously high rate of being correct and working out. So I am looking to add to some swing trade positions. Even if we don't hit all these all-time highs, some swing trade positions. Let me know in the comments. Do you enjoy those? Did you enjoy that technical analysis? Do you want the full trade setup? Do you want to learn? Do you want an intro 3 times during the live show? Let us know in the comments down below. I'm just kidding. Smay, hitting a button over there, are we? You're not going to talk to us?
Oh, Smay.
Don't be shy, Smay. There we go. All right. Apparently he's from Louisiana today.
Bring us
you
back
want to
on
say
track.
something?
Yeah, I've got a cool graphic that I made with the help of an AI model. Tell me which AI model I used to make this. You'll recognize it from the font. This is the May performance of the SPY, the Qs, and the BTC going back from 2021 to 2024. Bitcoin in 2021 returned negative 35. The Qs did negative 1.5, and the SPY actually did 0.6. The SPY actually hasn't been negative in May for the last 4 years. But Bitcoin was negative through 2023, but then had an 11% month in May in 2024. And the Qs basically were mixed. If you sold in May, you would have missed an 8% gain and a 6.5% gain in 2023 and 2024, respectively. So the sell in May, go away is definitely not a lock. For Bitcoin, it would have benefited you 3 of the last 4 years, but overall, it rhymes, and that's nice. Sometimes things
That's
rhyme.
why people love it.
But I'm not gonna invest and trade based on things that rhyme.
Well, let me just make sure, because you showed a nice statistic there. Let's just finish out all the way, because you're right. It was bullish in 2024. Go to my chart here. Bullish in 2024, but then bearish. Where is it over here? Bearish, slightly bearish here in 2023. Obviously bearish back here in 2022, but let's be honest, not many months weren't bearish. Bearish here in 2021. That was the big Elon Musk sell-off. But then you go back here to 2020. Where is it in 2020? 2020, boom, bullish. You go back over here into 2019, bullish. I'm going to expect it to be bearish here during a bear market, but let's just be, bearish here in 2018, but then you keep going back. Bullish in 2017. I mean, we're not even talking about like barely bullish. Like, there are some Mays that have taken off and done amazingly. And here's how I would kind of say this one. Yes, in 2021, the May pullback happened during Elon Musk. But when you look at the other stages in this bull market, you look at 2017's May, during that bull market, major win. You go back to May's back here. Actually, it looks bearish, but after a quick drop, it closed out almost bullish back here in May of 13 as well. The overall point here is when things get cooking and the momentum's going well, Mays can actually be extremely explosive months. And with us kind of in this stage right now, kind of deciding and questioning, is the bottom in? Are we ending this multiple month pullback? The stars are aligning from a sentiment perspective, a chart perspective. Forget the rhyming detail. It's setting up for another big bullish month. It just so happens that month's name is May and rhymes with walk away. Don't use that as financial advice. Do the analysis, trade for yourself, but realize again, as I just showed you, there is no track record with high percentage wins that people that sell in May end up making great financial decisions.
Yep. It's very true. Well, as promised, we will now reveal the new banner for our YouTube channel, Smay. If you go over to my screen, there it is.
Oh, I'm seeing it for the first time as well right now.
Yeah.
I like it.
It kind of features here. You can take me
We're
away,
camping.
Tim, Smay. Yeah, it's a little bit more outdoorsy, kind of a beach vibe, but then it's got those slick,
beach
futuristic angles, edges, blades, you might even describe them as. They're on the side. So very cool. It's a very big deal. Banners are a big deal in YouTube. You might be rolling your eyes at this, but at the end of the day, we are YouTubers as well. And so YouTube banners are very cool. Smash the like, bros, for the banner.
Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Well, let's see. Let's answer a couple questions in chat, and then we'll get back into some things. Super chat from Joey says, Chainlink plus SUI price predictions August of 2025. Well, I just gave you July. You're asking for one more. I don't know. Again, if why not November or December? All right. Again, so I told you expectation wise, July 25-ish dollars. It could take into August, but let's pretend we keep pumping, right? I'm not even going to predict this as August. I will say the next interesting spot to be interested in if we start to go higher and set new cycle highs, right? Let's not talk about all-time highs just yet for Chainlink by August, but let's talk cycle highs. We'll go Fibonacci extension route here. Keep an eye. Once we break back above 31, keep an eye on the next level of serious resistance being probably somewhere in the world of $43. So I'm changing the question here. Not giving you a date here. I'm just saying once we break, once we get back above 25, get back above 31, don't be surprised if the next, pullback, 20-30% pullback on Chainlink happens somewhere in that world at the 1.272 up there on 43, give or take. You said SUI was your other one. Again, I talked about July, somewhere in the world of 460, but I'll use similar logic. Not saying this is going to happen in August. I'm just saying once we break new all-time highs, going to keep my eyes here on $7.36. These are not the tops. These are not what I'm saying the top of the bull market's going to be. I'm just saying you kind of gave me August. I'm saying it's impossible to give the timelines perfectly. What I can do is say in that timeline, in that area, these are price actions that have some resistance in the area that could be intriguing. If there's not a better way to put it. Again, this also depends on do we confirm all these bullish buy signals on the weekly charts, right? We have a whole another 5 days before these buy signals confirm. The 2 dailies and 3 dailies have confirmed at this point. But we're kind of looking to see, can we get some confirmations from weekly charts? Got to wait a little bit longer. So can we get the confirmation? Do we start to make the momentum movements? Do we get the news to back up this sentiment? Those are the realistic targets for SUI and Chainlink. So answer them for you once again there with that super chat. Yes. Okay. Boris, send us your social security number and I'll get that taken care of for you, says Gankles. Do not send your social security. That's a good time for security. I saw another comment this week. Someone reached out to me and told me, hey, Tim, got duped by a fake Tim on Discord. I thought I was talking to the real Tim. He had me sign up for some weird something and I lost a bunch of money. Guys, we don't reach out to you on Discord. We don't ask you to bring your social security numbers. We don't ask you, we don't reach out to you to ask you to spend money. you guys can click on links. We have several portals. If you want to join our membership options, if you want to be in our VIP trading group, if you want to, do a couple different things, there are links and pathways for you to spend money. We don't reach out to you directly to do so. We always tell you to get in contact with us. You reach out to us. Make sure you're talking to the real us. So any of you out there who are talking to you think me, I have some chats with some people, but if you had a long conversation, especially if money has come up in the conversation, that probably is not me. I let the paywalls and the other things deal with the money. I just try to help people when I'm messaging back and forth. Okay, so don't fall for fake Tims. They're not as cool as the real Tim. I didn't see his comment, and probably gonna take me a second to find that one. All right,
silly thing.
Let's see here.
It was just some silly thing.
Yeah, silly thing. Making sure we didn't miss any other super chats. Well, I think there's let's see, last one. Kelvin says, y'all don't like H-bar. I do like H-bar. I hold H-bar. Now, H-bar's chart hadn't had the best, not a lot of things had good time action, but it had a couple weeks here that were pretty brutal for H-bar. Let's take a look at H-bar. No weekly buy signal, although, again, I like where the RSI is going. You don't quite have the bullish divergence. Luxago gives you a slight bullish divergence, but RSI doesn't, right? Almost everything else is giving bullish divergence on the weekly chart. I'm not seeing it here. Luxago, you have the green reversal, and you're starting to get some momentum going positively, but I need some positive money flow. How low do I got to go to get a buy signal here on H-bar? Not the 5-day. 3-day. I think the 3-day is going to give us to us. Yep, green reversal, bullish momentum, bullish divergence, bullish momentum, positive money flow, H-bar. 23 cents, right? We're at 15. We're almost at 16 cents, 23 cents in the next month and some change for H-bar. Very interesting. Again, I think we're not close. We're not far away from the weekly chart doing the same thing. That weekly chart, July area, we're talking about maybe back up here towards 31 cents as a rough target to kind of watch. That could be a very interesting spot there for H-bar. And again, I do like H-bar. I own H-bar. It's one of the coins that I do hold. What was the Louisiana joke with Smay? Crypto Cajun. Uh-oh. His name's Crypto Cajun. No, there's no joke. I love Louisianans. I'll tell you this. I'm dead serious. I might be from Louisiana in a different life or something. I told you guys. About 3 months ago now, T-Shroom, I discovered a good seafood boil. It's my favorite food now. It is my favorite food now. So I would love to come and party with the Cajuns down in Louisiana and eat some seafood boil. If you guys live in Louisiana and you want to invite me over, I'm all game. New favorite food.
What's your favorite? Do you like the oysters? Do you like the shrimp? Do you like the scallops? What do you like the best?
I mean, if I just want to drop a big bag, which I don't want to drop, I mean, the crab is amazing. If you get those crab legs, the king crab and the snow crab, that's just very expensive. I've been sticking to my regiment is so if I'm ordering food for my wife and I, and we usually have some leftovers, 2 pounds of shrimp and 2 pounds of mussels. Add some corn, a couple pieces of sausage. The place that we got it from, now I have to find a new place down here in Florida. It's called the Trifecta sauce. It's like Cajun, garlic, and lemon sauce.
Right. The trifecta.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so
I like
good.
the sausage. And if you're watching from the UK, you might be hearing, what is shrimp? Or what is this shrimp? Shrimp is prawns in it. So.
Oh, they call them prawns.
That's right. Aluminium.
Silly people.
Controversy.
Silly people. All right. Where is Tim from? None of these answers are correct. But are any of the answers supposed to be correct, right? So if you answer this, you're not wrong. Actually, I will say this. 2 of these answers for sure are wrong.
None of the right answer is not on here.
The right answer is not on this option. I don't know if Crux went and put this in, but yeah.
What's geographically the closest to being right, though? It'd have to be Florida.
Okay.
Georgia.
I will give benefit of the doubt to anyone. I'll vote right now on the one that's geographically the closest to being right. But none of those are right. All right. Whew. We're about to do our factoid of the day, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Smash that like, hit subscribe. Reminder, we had that big announcement yesterday. We're very excited about some big changes coming to the channel. Remember, the rest of this week, normal schedule. Live shows the rest of this week, 3 p.m. live standard time. hour-long live shows. I'll have live trading Thursday and Friday as well. But then next week, we're going all in on the trading game. We're going to be spending so much time with you guys in the live trading group. We're going to be moving to Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, daily uploaded videos, 10 to 15 minutes, where I give you everything you need to know in the news, everything you need to know on the macro charts. We will have live shows Monday mornings at 9 a.m. for live trading and Wednesday afternoons at 3 p.m. for our weekly live show. But we're going to be spending hours and hours and hours live trading, answering questions, Q&A times with our VIP trading group. And as our way of saying thank you to you guys for being such an amazing community, we have a 50% off discount for the next 2 weeks. The link is in the description. In fact, let's show that description box. I don't know, Smay, if you need to do it, if I need to grab my thing. But if you guys are wondering, what the heck are we talking about? All right, I'll do it. Share my screen here. Go into the description right now. Go down here to BroLux memberships. There's a code. Let me zoom in here so you guys can see it. There's a code called Broz50. Click on this link. Go sign up today. Right now, subscribe, and then make sure to type in that link, Broz50. You get 50% off. Join the Pro Bros or Super Bros. Either one will get you into the VIP trading group. You're not going to regret it. You can go off my screen now. Not going to regret it all. Again, daily Q&As, daily live trading sessions, Discord where you can chat with myself, with T-Shroom, with Crux, with Smay. Also, a whole bunch of other pro traders who have been crushing it. If you want to make money, the VIP trading group is where it's popping. Go sign up today. With that said, it's time for our factoid of the day with your favorite character. His name's Smay. He might be Cajun. Sometimes he hits a button and hits the intro in the middle of the show. Smay, take it away.
I'm going to have words with Shroom after the show here. He did that to me. He did that to me. But I will tame my anger for 1 second so we can do the factoid of the day, brought to you by Decrypted.tax. But before we get into that, I want to show you guys something because we're talking about art and new banners, and I decided to design a new banner. So I want you guys in the chat to go ahead and vote if you like Shroom's banner better or my banner better. There's the reveal. This is my banner. I think it's really good. I think it really gets the point across. Subscribe to the Investing Bro. All right. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the factoid of the day, brought to you by Decrypted.tax. Which of the following crypto assets once surpassed Ethereum in market cap briefly during a glitch on a major tracking site? A, XRP,
Ooh.
B, Dogecoin, C, Bitcoin SV, or D, Tether. Hint, we're talking about coin market cap here, people.
Are you going to tell us the year it happened? Is that too much information?
Nah.
I'm going to go Alpha. XRP.
Yeah, XRP could have.
It's either A or D, I think. But it's also.
But here's the problem: is
if
it
it's
seems like those
then
are
it
too
could've
on
just-
the nose.
Could be any of them.
Yeah. I think
Look.
I'm going to go C. I'm going to go out of the norm here and say C. And the reason why is because it has Bitcoin in the name. Did it temporarily assign it Bitcoin's market cap, shooting it up, and then they realized that's not Bitcoin, and it was just a keyword here, glitch. I'm going to say C, Bitcoin SV.
And for those of you who are just getting into crypto for the first time, you might be thinking, what is Bitcoin SV? Is that the same as Bitcoin? It is not. It is not the same as Bitcoin. It is a different type of thing.
All right. Well, what if I told you the right answer wasn't on here? No, I'm kidding. All right, let's go. Let's go. Just like Tim's poll. Anyways, it is C, Bitcoin SV. Tim, I think your theory is very, very accurate. That it seems
no
that
one in
it
chat
took the
went with
name
me.
and
Everyone in
ranked it
chat
above.
saying A or D.
Wow,
This is one of the first times I don't think I saw anyone in chat get the right answer.
Tim, that was really impressive. We love to see it. Anyways, guys, goodbye.
All right, everybody. That's going to wrap up the show here for today. It's another fun one. Another fun one with the bros. Again, we got 3 more live shows this week. Again, the next week, Wednesday afternoons. If you guys love this group and you're not ready yet to join the VIP trading group, that's okay. You don't have to. We're still going to bring you alpha here on YouTube, but Wednesday afternoons, we're always going to have fun. We're going to have a party. Anytime there's a special live stream, we will be going live here as well. Make sure on your way out, everybody, to smash that like button right now. Hit subscribe. Go check out that VIP trading group. Even if you just want to do a month on, see what's going on, and then decide later if you want to renew, go check it out. A lot of great alpha happening over there. With that said, love you guys. See ya tomorrow afternoon, same time, same place. Adios.